world map. So big round of applause for the management. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes on employability. And the theme for today's talk was India 2020. Do you know that by 2020, India will be the youngest country in the world? How many of you know this? Raise your hands. Good. Over 62% of the Indian population will move into the working age by 2020. The average median age of the citizens of this country will be 29 years. What does this mean? This means there is a huge opportunity. At the same time, there is a huge threat. Opportunity because many youngsters are there to work. A lot of job opportunities are going to be created. A lot of entrepreneurial opportunities are created. There could be many people from India who can go and take jobs abroad. It's a very positive scenario. What do you do for that? How do you make yourselves eligible for that? You have to increase your employability. So I'm going to share some thoughts on employability. It's very simple. You would have heard many people talk. Education is important. Skills are important. Yes, they are very important. But I'm going to share something very different. In addition to these, what helps enhancing employability? And this is purely based on a program that TASK runs called the Finishing School. In this program, youth across the state are mobilized, put to an 8 to 12 week program on technical and soft skills. They go through this, and at the end of the program, they are connected to jobs. Can you believe we have done over 40 batches till date, and the success rate has been 60%. What does this mean? If every 100 students, unemployed youth, go through the program, 60 of them get offers. And mark my words, it is unemployed youth. So today what I'm going to share is some learnings I had from these 60% of the students who have secured their jobs. So listen to these three things very intently. For starting a business, you need capital, correct? Similarly, for employability also, you need to build capital. And each capital is with all of you now. It was with you in the past and it's going to be with you in the future. There are three things that you got to build for employability. First, your experience capital. The second, your psychological capital. And the third, your social capital. I'm going to spend a few minutes on each of these three capitals and share perspectives of those 60% of the students who have succeeded in their lives. I'm actually sharing their thoughts, perspectives. We've studied their data. There are so many interviews done with these students. And I'm going to share that with you. Let's take the first capital called the experience capital. What is it? In simple terms, all of us go through various experiences at home, in school, in inter, in degree, in engineering. Fortunately or unfortunately, we tend to remember those bad experiences more than the good experiences. Yes? These 60% of the students who got through, they told me they found something positive in each of those negative experiences. Every one of us go through experiences. It is left to us whether we look at something positive from that or something negative from that. I'll give you a story. This student was a very introverted student. He was bullied by his classmates. His tiffin used to be eaten by his seniors, and he was very meek. It went on from college to inter. He was never interested in sports or anything. One point of time, when he joined engineering college, as part of that first few months, he was asked to deliver a technical introduction for a conference. So he was very excited. He prepared very hard, 15 days. And after preparing, he gave an introduction in front of the students. And he was so excited. After the introduction, he went and asked the photographer, give me the photo. So he gave a photo. So the photograph was like this. Photo was, it was a mic. He was running away from the mic. So the photo is the picture of him running away from the mic. He got very upset. He asked the photographer, why did you take such a picture? So he said, you came, you spoke, you went away. I didn't even have time to click the picture. That experience made him think, realize, what am I running away from? I prepared well. I put all the effort. I had the chance. Why am I running away from? That experience changed his life. So he was telling me, after that, he got so interested. He took interest in sports. He took interest in extracurricular activities. He took interest in studies. And he joined karate, became a black belt. And then he was the captain of 3 teams. Today, highly. So, friends, the point is, we go through various experiences in life. It's important that we look at the positive side of the experience, and that helps you build your experience. I'll give you another example. This student, he got selected in a solar company. I was talking to him. So I said, if you were to advise your juniors, what should they do for getting jobs? He said, sir, I'll tell only one thing. The moment a student gets a job, he or she should take it. Not wait indefinitely, thinking that I will get a job with more offers. Why do you say that? Obviously, I want more money. Right? He says, sir, that is the biggest mistake I made. He explains his first month when he was working in the solar organization. There was a customer who came and complained, my solar system is not working. So he was with his colleagues. His colleague said, the battery is not working well. You have to replace the battery. And that customer went away, replaced the battery. The colleague then told him, you just fill water into this, charge it and see if it may work. And when he did, it actually worked. That student, that was an experience again which changed his life. He felt bad. Had he done that one step earlier, probably he would have saved the customer. Since then, he tells me, he has changed the way he approaches a customer. Every time when there's a problem, he tests that, he checks the specific gravity, only then decides what he does. So his advice to me was, whatever we study in college is very different, but the experience is important. Today, with so much of confidence, he said, and he tells me he has won a lot of customers through his sincere work, thanks to that experience. The experience, what you get early in your life, stays with you for a very, very long time. So friends, remember, these are examples of experience capital. You may go through various experiences in your life. Try to pick up what you learn from an experience and look at positive. The second capital I mentioned to you was psychological capital. This is a story of a girl. She was an average student in school, and in her 8th class, she failed in mathematics. What happens the moment you fail in mathematics? Scolding from lecturers, looked down upon by friends, scolding from parents. She was very worried that she will be put into the failed category. Spent time realizing that time, took time to think. When I can pass in all the subjects, why did I fail in this? What went wrong? Because she was a very good coordinator, she was a very good dancer. She had many traits and qualities in her. At that point, I was thinking, what made me fail? And she tells me the thought that came into her mind. If I can do other subjects and if I can do things, why can't I? That was a turning point. Psychologically, she tuned herself. When I can do that well, why I cannot do it? Now, the important point here is each one of us have to have very high self-esteem. Trust yourself, love yourself, be confident about the abilities you have. Each one of you may have different abilities. Studies is not the only thing, end of life. There are many other things you do. Like this student. She was a very good dancer. She was very good in meeting people. She says that was a turning point. The day I realized what my potential is. The day I liked what I'm doing. Today, she's a mathematics teacher. She's a highly successful anchor. Okay, build that psychological capital. I have another story. The youth who came, he got placed in a pharmaceutical. He told me one thing. He comes from a very poor background, and it was very difficult for him to study from the rural states, here, rural districts. He remembers his mother sold her golden chain to get him admission into an English medium school. That experience, that thought of he seeing his mother giving away the only gold chain that she had to get him admission into engineering college changed his life. That day he decided, I will be dedicated in whatever I will be committed to whatever I take up, and I will become a source of inspiration for my family and my parents. He is working very successfully in pharmaceutical. So, friends, psychological capital is something which is there in you. Right? You have to just tell yourself, look at the strengths you have high self-esteem. Don't compare yourself with others. You are your biggest competitor. Build that second capital. Third capital is social capital. What do you mean by social capital? All of us are not lucky to be born to rich parents or educated parents. But these 60% of the students, many of them were able to leverage their social capital. What it means? It means in my social circle, my parents, my friends, my relatives, if somebody is educated, I spend time with them, understand about their experiences, their studies. If I have somebody in my family who's working in a government job or in a private job, I spend time with that person to understand what it takes, what job opportunity available, what should I do. You are using your social capital. Many people are not aware that social capital is a very important thing. How many of us sitting here use social media? You have so many social media things. Are you able to utilize it effectively? You have facilities in college, you have facilities at home, you have facilities on a mobile. Are you able to utilize this well? Identify your social capital areas. Who are the people you interact with? Your daily life, friends, relatives, cousins, parents with whom you can spend time to understand experiences. And this, I will never forget what this student told me. He mentioned to me, I asked him, how did you get through the HR round? He says, sir, I was very well able to convince the interviewer that I can learn any technology. I looked into his background. He was a 2015 pass out, we didn't have jobs for 2 years. How did you manage this? He said, sir, I did a course on Android. I went to the IT company. The same question he asked me. How can you learn new technology? He said, sir, I only studied Java and .NET in my college. I went to this and in 8 weeks I learned the Android technology. I convinced him that in a short span I have the ability to learn new things. He said the HR manager did not ask a single question. So when I asked him, what did you do? He said, sir, I used to spend time with my friends. We have a team of friends. When they used to go to the interviews, they used to come and discuss what did that HR manager ask? What was your experience? See how I was able to utilize social capital and build this. So friends, I just will leave you with this thought. Remember, the potential India has, potential each one of you sitting here have. Remember those three things: experience capital, psychological capital, social capital. The simplest thing for you to do the moment you leave is take a piece of paper, write down these three subheadings, write down what in those capital do you have. That's the start. All the very best.